Hello, everybody. This is Glory. Welcome to Alpha Womb. Today, in the series of Kali, we will be speaking about Vimlama again. This is the part 3 of the previous parts on Vimlama Puri, the Adi Shakti Peeth that I have made two previous videos on. So I would request, if you haven't watched the two previous videos, this video might not be the proper sequence of watching the topic. Okay, so today we'll be speaking about the aspect of Vimla where when the feminine is fully seated, any location, any point, any home, wherever the feminine is fully seated in her power or fully awakened in her Shaktis, the masculine has a tendency of always reorganizing around her. This is completely seen in the Puri temple where Ma Vimla is fully seated in her power. She's completely awakened, and Jagannath temple is built around her Shakti. So now the question is, what power looks like when it does not need to be seen? She was there first. Like I mentioned in the previous videos, there was this particular tribal, this particular Sabara tribe who were worshipping Jagannath as their Bhairava, and they were worshipping Jagannath as the Bhairava of the coast. And it was done quite long, and he was worshipped as her Bhairava, in the 12th century, right? So there was existence of her in Puri, which predates to the building of Jagannath temple. So she was there first, 6th century before the most powerful Vaishnava temple in India was even built. She was already seated in the southwest corner, silent, watching, waiting. They built the largest temple to the Lord of the universe around her, and then they did something most people will never understand. They made him her Bhairava, placed in the guardianship of the Tantric Devi, the Adi Shakti Vimlama, where she's putting her foot down on the seat of the corpse. So and here they built the Jagannath temple around her. They made him the guardianship of her, not the other way around. She's not guarding him, he's guarding her. So the wise heads of tantrics document this in the most quirkiest possible, or in the most guhya vidyas, which is the secret hidden in most basic texts of Jagannath Ji. So this is quite, and this incident of Jagannath being the Bhairava of Vimlama is quite documented. And it is documented that his food, his Mahaprasada, does not become sacred until it touches her altar. First, his darshan is incomplete without visiting her altar. So his temple runs on her permission thereby. 14 centuries passed, millions of devotees walking through those gates every year, worshipping the Lord of the universe. Almost none of them know that the real power sits in the southwest corner of that premises of the Jagannath temple, quietly watching him and lauding him and empowering him, unhurried, running everything of the temple. The most powerful feminine codex in India was now hidden, never lost. She was hidden deliberately inside the one place no one would think to look at her, because they're so lost in the grandiose of Jagannath that Shakti can be seated completely, doing her own thing in the southwest corner, which is creating the play, creating the blueprint, creating mayas, creating matrices for everything. And that has always been how Shakti operates. The most powerful awakened Shakti never reveals herself. She chooses, and she is kept guhya. She is kept as a secret in plain sight. You'll walk into those temples, but you will never know about her until you know about her. So when the feminine is fully seated, fully awakened, the masculine does not fight her. It reorganizes itself around her. Jagannath temple reorganized itself around her after so many centuries, because her Shakti was absolutely seated in the coast of Puri, voluntarily, architecturally, and permanently. The masculine understands once a feminine is highly awakened. She does not need to verbally, outrageously, or screamingly have to speak of her power. Power is often felt before it is explained. And a true masculine man, a true awakened masculine, always understands it, feels it, and reorganizes his previously broken life into set orders around her, to be around her. Now, this is not mythology. This is not even woo-woo. This is the blueprint of every time the most powerful Shakti operates. If you have heard stories of how the powers of Durga were put into a small girl during the fight, it was purely because a small child will be underestimated. Her Shaktis were kept guhya in the Bala form, so that the enemy will underestimate and then invariably will be shocked that Shakti, if underestimated, leads to complete decapitation. And this play of, being underestimated and then being shocked to no end is the play of the sadhaka's life. At least not every sadhaka, I would say. The ones who have really tapped into awakening the feminine within, they will be pulled out of the society, or even if they are kept inside a social structure, a workplace, they will be kept in a way which is strangely a siddhi, where you will be sitting but nobody will recognize that you are even in the room. That's one of the siddhis of the Ashtasiddhis, that is the grace of the goddess that comes. So, the blueprint of the most powerful feminine codex will always be kept hidden. And this is something, if you are in the path of Shakti, something to be kept in mind, to never underestimate any woman, especially the ones who come across soft, coy, transparent, naive. Kids, young girls, because if you know, in every Navratri and Ashtami, we worship Kanya Pujan. Kanya Pujan is done, right? That is done for a reason, because see, that is done for a reason. Again, I want to put it very, stress on this, because Shakti is never loud. That statement is hidden in worshipping young girls who are very small. They have not even developed into full-fledged, teenagers. So these small girls have Shakti chooses to enter and grace them with enormous Shakti to destroy Mahishasura. So there is a greater wisdom hidden in this uh, ritual itself. So that is the blueprint of Shakti. The most powerful Shakti always operates in a way which will be, you know, deliberately kept hidden, kept unknown, unseen, happening in plain sight. Thank you very much.